Hi, I'm Katie from Innovations Branding House, and we're very excited to be helping you, Mercy Health, and telling y'all's story. We just wanted to go quickly through how to set this up. Y'all are going to become videographers today, so get ready. So when you get your remote video kit, you're actually going to have two different packages here, your main case and then this package. So inside, when you open up, you're going to see this note card here that says open me first. So those are going to be all of your instructions for how to set this whole setup up. And don't be intimidated by it. We promise it's an easy setup and we're going to walk you through all of it. All right, so you have 4 light stands and they all work the same way, so I'm just going to show you one and then we'll see how it's set up. So first off, this bottom little knob here, you'll want to unscrew it. It'll take a second, and then you want to actually just push down and it'll extend the legs for you. So then you want to re-screw it, and that will keep your legs from moving on you. For both of the B1s, you need to keep at the smallest level. For your A1 stand and your C1 stand, by the end of this, they'll all be fully extended. So the way you do that is you'll see a couple of knobs here, and you just want to unscrew those, extend it out, and then you'll re-screw it, and you want to screw it pretty tightly because they will move on you if you don't. So then you'll do that to A1 and C1. Once you have the stands all set up, you'll have your A1 stand behind the interviewee's chair. You'll have B1 stands on either side, and then your C1 stand will be next to you, the operator's chair. All right, next we're gonna set up the backdrop. So we're gonna get in here and find A2. All right, so you're gonna take A2 and you're gonna place it on top of the A1 stand. This will just pop right on. If you have to unscrew it a little bit to get it to do that, do so, and then you're gonna screw it in. You'll notice that this part snaps back and that there's a hole kind of in the middle, so that's what's gonna hold the backdrop. So let's get the backdrop and see how that sets up. So as you see, it does snap up and it's pretty large, so you'll wanna give yourself plenty of room. Now the side that you want is this bluish side. This side's more of a green blue, so you want that facing the wall. So let's put this together. So the easiest way we found to do this is to actually lay this down. You'll want the green side facing up when you do. You'll fully extend A1. Once you've laid the stand down, you want to pull back these levers, and you actually want to place the band right there in the middle. So it'll kind of fit snugly there. Then you'll just place the handle on top to give you a little extra sturdiness. We'll just raise up the stand. All right, let's work on the lighting. So we're looking for B2, which are actually inside of these 2 zippered cases. These are the light wands, so make sure you've charged these at least 24 hours before shoot day. They simply turn on, they don't need to be plugged in after you've charged them. And we're actually gonna just screw these onto the stands here. You'll see that there's like a little knob there. So you're actually gonna set up 2 of these light wands, and you want them to actually be facing your interview subject. So again, make sure you've tested it to make sure it turns on. To turn it off while you're setting up, just hold down the power button and it'll go off. Okay, so the next step, you have a couple of pieces we need to get out of the case. So let's take a look. First, we need the ring light and also a power cord. So this is the only light that actually needs to be powered the entire time. You'll also need a power adapter. It has 2 USB ports on here. So right now it doesn't look like much of a ring. This actually folds out like so. And then you'll notice that at the bottom there is a piece here that can actually screw onto the stand, just like we did the wand lights. So we're gonna screw that on. And then to get power going, we're gonna plug in the USB into this power adapter. And then the other side, turn this around here so you can see it, we're gonna plug it into this USB port here. You should have an extension cord in your box, and you'll wanna plug that in. Now to turn this on, it's a simple, it's not even a button, it's just a touch. And then now you've got light. So once you have this plugged in, we're actually gonna extend this all the way and then place it on the subject. So extend it all the way. Remember to really tighten these knobs back. And then this actually has a ball joint. So you're gonna unscrew this just slightly, and then we're gonna slightly turn it down here so it's facing your subject. It's kind of on top of your subject. Okay, so now we need another piece on that same card that we're working off of. So now you have the piece C3. So this is just gonna clip onto the stand. So you'll unscrew this piece. The important thing to note here is you want this clamp to be about eye level with your subject. So what we're gonna do here is actually twist it a little bit over, screw it in, and then you'll notice that this clip piece where you're gonna put the iPhone, it actually has a knob too. So you can move it where you need it to. Because the important thing for you to note is that you're gonna be sitting here in the operator's chair. You still wanna be able to see both the subject and your iPhone at the same time. All right, so you're gonna get out the technology, the fun part. So you've got a case here in your iPad. Let's do it first. Pop in the sides, the corners. And then once you connect to Zoom, we'll actually be able to kind of be your assistant remotely during your shoot. Next, you'll get the iPhone out. So we'll actually clip this in. You'll wanna stay away from the volume buttons. Now that you got your iPhone here, you might just test it out using the photo app and then kind of see where your subject is placed. So I'm actually going to unscrew this a little bit and move it over about right there. And then we're gonna walk you through on Zoom exactly how this should be set up. All right, like I said before, we're gonna be kind of assisting you through this whole process. So to do that, we actually wanna be able to see what you're seeing. So on your phone, you're gonna see an app called SOS. Once you open the SOS app, it will display a 9-digit ID number. You're gonna provide this number for us on Zoom, and then we're gonna be able to see what you see on screen. When prompted, you'll tap the app's button to connect and then tap broadcast. At any time, you can return to this app and click disconnect to stop sharing your iPhone screen. Okay guys, you're almost there, I promise. So we're gonna turn off the lights in your actual room. Then you have your studio lights turned on and facing the subject, so that's me in this case. And then you're actually gonna open up the Filmic Pro app in the iPhone. So we're gonna show that to you here. And then you wanna make sure the iPhone is actually at eye level with your subject, so that's me. We've got that, check. Using the touch screen, you're gonna drag the square and the circle icons to arrange them on the interviewee's face. And then this sets the focus and exposure. Now you're gonna click the field of view button to set the iPhone's camera to close-up lens. Okay, so now you're gonna make any last-minute adjustments. You wanna make sure your subject is in the right-hand side of the frame and you've got the blue background here placed just perfectly. One of the most important parts of any video is the audio. So make sure you get out the Saramonic box. Inside the box, you're gonna find the transmitter, and then you'll also need the clip-on mic. Make sure that this is another thing that you have charged 24 hours before you start your setup. You'll see that this is where you plug in the mic. So we're gonna do that here. And then with the transmitter, you're gonna push the power button down until it turns blue. Once you have the transmitter turned on, now we're gonna actually attach it to your subject. So you wanna have them run the microphone up through their shirt, clip it onto their collar. You may have to hide the cord a little bit. And then the transmitter, either have them clip onto the back of their pants or maybe in their pocket, something like that. And then also don't forget to plug in the receiver to the iPhone on the stand. All right, your job as the operator is almost finished. Now, we're gonna be on Zoom with you, helping you through this whole process, but I wanted to leave you with a few tips for just any interview. One of the things is notice that the chair, I'm not sitting back in it. So maybe your subject comes in and they plop down in the chair, you don't wanna leave them like that. So right now, I'm kind of sitting on the edge of my seat because my legs are short, so I can't sit all the way back. And you also want to look for jewelry. Is any jewelry or hair touching the microphone, because that'll mess with the audio. And then also just remind them that we're having a conversation with them. We're not scary, I promise. We're just gonna ask some questions and kind of learn y'all's story. So they don't have to memorize anything. We're just having a conversation and it's gonna be great. All right, great job. So you've already shot everything and now it's time to tear down. So first off, let's just kind of work our way backward. We're gonna start with the iPhone and iPad. You're gonna put those away. Well, actually, you're gonna put them on the charger and make sure they stay connected to Wi-Fi so we can get those videos that you've already shot onto our system. Then you'll want to take down the lights and get those back into the case. The light wands you'll want to charge again before you send it off. As you're getting everything back in the case, you want to make sure that all charging cables are placed back as well, and the extension cord. Now the backdrop may look a little bit complicated, but I promise you it's not, it's easy. We'll show you how to do it. All right, so I said this wasn't gonna be super hard. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take it off of the bracket, and you'll want it to be long ways, and what we're gonna do is just fold it like a taco, okay? So let's do it. So we're gonna take both corners, you're gonna fold them in, and then you're gonna lay it down. Okay, so let's show you one more time. All right, fold it like a taco. Take the two corners, fold it together, lay it down, and voila, you're done.